lard. I did this lard yesterday, and it is beautiful. I'm going to show you how I do my lard. I have the lard, which I ran through the meat grinder, and then I have a colander and a larger stock pot. Now what you want is a tall enough pot that when you place the colander in, there will be room from where the grease drips to the bottom of the colander. So you want a space. So with this pot, I'm able to do it. Now I'm going to take the fat and I'm going to put it into the colander. About 5 pounds I've weighed it. And then we will start the process. So you're going to take your pork fat, cut it into chunks, and then place it in a bowl. And then you're going to take this and you're going to run it through the meat grinder. Now this lard is slightly frozen, so it takes a bit of an effort to cut through it. Sometimes it's just a little too frozen to try a different piece. Let that thaw a bit. Now if you don't have a grinder, that's okay. Just cut your pork into 1-inch cubes. It will take a bit longer cutting, but it does work. But I'm going to put this through a grinder. That's my timer for my juice. I'm juicing some frozen cherries. Well, they're not frozen anymore, but I'm juicing them. Still a little too frozen. And I try to have like pure lard, but sometimes slivers of meat will end up in there. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. You don't want lots of it, but that's not going to hurt anything. Bag is almost empty. Yep. That's just a little bit of water from the ice chunks, because this bag was frozen. And I have to let that fall a little bit. It's still way too hard. So since I will be putting this on top of the pot, I will just grind the lard right into the metal colander. Let's get going. Actually going through really nice, so I'm going to fill up the top. You want to keep the fat inside. I just lightly pat it down. Okay, let's weigh this. I want about between 5 and 6. We're going to weigh this. I want about 5 or 6 pounds in there. Okay, let's weigh the lard out. Zeroed it. Okay, so there's 3 kilograms, like 6 3/4 of a pound. That's great. It fits in there, so that's good. Now I'm going to take it on top of the pot. Make sure there's no lard overflowing. So I have the pot with the lard in the oven, and I have it at 200 degrees for an hour and a half, and we'll come back and check on it. So the timer went off, and the fat has been in there for an hour and a half. Okay. You see it's turning to liquid. Wonderful lard. So here's the lard. It's been 6 hours, and I'm going to just take this strainer off. And what you see down there is the liquid fat. Now I have this large glass measuring bowl and this sieve, and I've already used it a couple times, so that lard in there has just solidified. And then you want to drain the liquid lard through the sieve. Now I'm going to remove the sieve. And these jars are warm. I just took them out of the oven. And then I'm going to fill it to about half an inch, 1 inch. Now I'm going to do this one. And these lids are a little bit warm. I've actually just put them in the oven for about 1 minute. Tighten the lid. There you go, another perfect batch of lard. And just leave your jars undisturbed on the counter overnight, and in the morning that will be hardened and you can put it away.